Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky 194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And we are here at Oulton Park, and I'm just goofing around, having a little fun. And as you can see, I'm in the Jaguar, and it's the first time I've ever driven it. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but since I've had ACC, I've never driven it. So it just, I had other cars I liked or whatever. But I had a few people that always want me to take it out and take it out at a track or do a setup for it. So here we go at Oulton Park. I just did it. It's not really a full-blown setup, but I'll make it one. It's a kind of a warmed over aggressive. But I picked up some time. So run over a couple laps. And like I said, this is just having fun. I wasn't looking to get every little bit out of it or anything. So here we go with just the last couple laps. And now this is I wanted to see what it would do with low fuel. So I ran it with, you can see I did basically 29 laps, and it's the only 29 laps I've ever done in the Jaguar, and at any track. And like I said, I ran it with 80 liters for about the first half, and then I just basically, no changes, just basically put like 20 liters and see what it would do with less fuel. So we'll just do just a couple laps here, and we'll jump in the car. For this first lap. Sounds good. I think it sounds pretty good. Brakes aren't too good, but gets a lot of spinning tire off the corner. But, that's just, what it does. It does pretty good over the bumps and stuff, too. I usually took this in first or second. I didn't really see a big difference in either way, but through here pretty good. Of course, with all the cars, this one corner here is that you got to really, sometimes you got to just feed the gas, or it just wants to jump sideways. It goes better if you just kind of feed it in like that. It'll just go straight. Can't be too over aggressive there. That was a 134.73. Like I said, I changed not everything, just basically gave it a little bit once over. Some things were fine, I just left alone. I'm sure there's more in it. The aggressive wasn't too bad either. I could only get I was about a second slower in the aggressive. So, with 80 liters. So I was running lower 35s with the 80 liters. But like I said, just kind of having fun, goofing around. And like I said, some people wanted to see me run this car, so I think that was a 34.79. So again, two pretty consistent laps. Like I said, I'm happy just for the first time I've ever driven the car. It wasn't bad. I mean, wasn't balance was pretty decent. Tail happy a little bit, but I mean that's kind of expected. Let's go over the setup really quick. At 25.2 left front, 26.3 left rear, 25.7 right front, and 26.5 right rear. Toe is negative 0.1. Camber is negative 3.5 with the caster at 8.4. All that's been changed slightly. Toe on the rear is 0.1 with the camber at negative 3. And that has, I think I left that alone. Electronics are 3 and 4. Fuel, of course, you can see I had just a 20 liters. I'll knock it back up to 80. That's what I was doing with it earlier. And as you can see, there's no, just doing the qualifying stuff. There's no graining or anything. It was fine. Mechanical at 6 on the anti-roll bar, 65 on the brake bias, which was turned down. It started out at like 69. So I put some more, got some more, the balance a little bit better, but it's still lacking a little bit. One of the drawbacks of the Jaguar. Steer ratio is 12. Springs are just like aggressive. 135,000 for the front and 150,000 for the rear. Now I did go up 1 in the front, and it wasn't too bad. So actually, for a race setup, I might go up to 140,000 because it didn't seem too bad. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're ever doing a multiplayer, any kind of race, you might want to go up and try that. Get a decent front end feel. The bump stop rate was 900 and the bump stop range was 10 on the front. In the rear, the bump stop rate was 700 and the bump stop range was 40. And I did a few little adjustments with that. Any roll bar is 5 and the preload on the diff is 80. That is definitely a lot different. Shocks I didn't even touch. It's 14, 12, 10, 15 on the front and 10, 10, 12, 10 on the rear. Those are aggressive setups. I didn't even touch them. Aero got 61 in the front, 62 in the rear with an 8 rear wing and a 3 in the brake ducts. And I did adjust the ride height. It was all the way down, front and rear, so I did adjust that up just a little bit. The wing is the same. I did try it one less, but it needs all the help it can get back there with the power, and so I just put it back at 8. And of course I adjusted the brake ducts. So of course I will make this a setup, and I'll put the link in the description, so that way I will have a setup for the Jaguar now, my first one. So so can't say I don't have a setup for this car now. And like I said, just having fun. It was fun running around Oulton Park with it. I think it handled it really well and handled the bumps. Great sound. Really, the balance was decent and everything else. The balance wasn't too bad. The biggest thing I didn't like is, especially here, is the brakes. Brakes are a little bit down for sure compared to a lot of other cars, so that kind of hurts a little bit. But it's still and you got to drive it a little bit. I mean, obviously with the back end being kind of happy, you got to drive it a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, Oulton Park is kind of rough and kind of bouncy around anyway. So, like I said, it's when you're pushing it, that's what you get. So I sure hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, I have a PayPal account also down in the description if you want to help support the channel. I really would appreciate it, and I sure hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.